Hello everybody and welcome to another round of STB Tier 6 racing action. We are here in Abu Dhabi for the first round back after the winter break. I am your commentator, Domi, as we are back for, well, as I said, another round of STB Racing League action here in Tier 6. To be fair, only 13 drivers round out the grid today. However, we can make do with what we have out there today. All these drivers are fighters on the circuit for sure. So let's immediately start by talking about the circuit that these drivers will be competing on today. We are here at the Yas Marina circuit, built in 2006 at the capital of the United Arab Emirates in Abu Dhabi. This track consists of 16 turns, sector 1 consisting of what Chaz is about to go for right now, a left rather simple turn, followed by an S section between turns 2 and 4. This is then where sector 2 begins, where turn 5 is a hairpin. Then you have a long DRS straight when you get into a chicane, followed by another long DRS straight off the back of the previous DRS straight where you end sector 2. Sector 3 begins with a turn 9 long left-hander, and then sector 3, probably the longest and the most trickiest on this circuit. Obviously, you have to be watching out for every single braking zone and track limits possible on that whole sector. You start with turn 10, which is a small kink, followed by turn 11, which is a bit of a sharp one, and then a 90-degree turn 12, followed by a bit lighter turn 12, turn 13, sorry, and then another turn 14, which is even more lighter. Turn 15, which is a 120-degree angle, and then you end your lap with turn 16, and that is your lap done. Lap times around here will probably be somewhere around the 124 mark, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, I'm not sure, because, I don't know anyone here, anyone's here's time trials around the final corner, goes Chazzy 101, and he sets a 1:23.793. A good lap from the Williams for sure. As the V-carb of Kidd, who I believe invalidated. There was an Aston Martin. Nobody here has crossed the line. Oh, File Minion. File Minion goes with a 1:24.3, I want to say. It was a 1:24.2, narrowly. Then the McLaren of James starting his lap, and then you have a Alpine of Jamo going provisional bar with a 1:23.516. Sommers without a proper lap time set in. Osu, the Estonian in the red bar, I think this is his debut out here today. He sets a 1:24.4, which is 0.2, basically a tenth slower than his teammate, and nearly a whole second off Jamo's pace. Next cross line will be Voxy. She's making her way into now the final two corners. She's got a V-carb of, I believe, Kidd behind her. Yeah, it is Kidd, as Rezo Rally is in the pits. So Voxy crosses the line to start her lap. In the background, Kidd goes slower than Osu with a 1:24.595. A decent lap. However, not good enough to put him into a higher place at the moment. Looping Lace is next across the line in the Aston Martin here today. His teammate, Moldy, a league owner, is currently on an out. Looping Lace goes fourth with a 1:24.4, only 4 thousandths quicker than the Estonia's lap time from Osu. As next across the line will be James. What will it be for James? He's going to cross the line. It's a 1:23.8. That puts him into third. You can see a kick Sauber in the background of Sommers, who goes fourth with a 1:23.8. So there's a clear gap as Kidd has spun round, but he's already put in a lap, so I don't think that really matters. And Muldy will be starting his lap time. We'll see what he can do. The Alpine behind of, I believe, Jamo is still out there. I don't know if this is in lap or not. Pretty sure it is, but next across the line will be Voxy as she makes her way down into the final two corners. What will it be for the Williams? Chazzy currently in second. Where does Voxy go? Voxy crosses the line and she goes 8th with a 1:24.556. Good lap for a decent lap from us. Resley Raleigh letting drivers past at the entry of turn 9, laying past James UFC, who's currently in third, who sets a 1:23.836. As Resley Raleigh conserving his energy, and he's going to push it all out for his flying lap as Muldy's making his way round turn 9 here. He'll be the next driver to cross the line and put a lap on the board, as he is the furthest driver out there. He's got the Mercedes of Hussein up ahead. He is currently on an out lap. The Aston Martin makes his way around. He goes a bit wide, but luckily the track limits let him off as he is on the curb. So he makes his way round into the final two corners. What will it be for the Aston Martin? Looping Lace currently in 6th. Muldy goes 8th with a 1:24.486. He did have a bit of a snap at the exit of the final corner. Don't know if that had anything to affect that lap there. Let's see here. Resley Raleigh in the V car here, making his way down into turn 9. 53.397 is the sector. So I don't believe it is the quickest, as a veteran is also now out on an out lap. I think he's probably going to be one of the quicker drivers out there. He's going to put himself right into the top 5 or top 4 at least. As Resley Riley's going to make his way round into the final two corners. What will it be for the rally? As into the final corner, Raleigh goes P8 with a 1:24.430. Hussein now next across the line to put his baseline lap on. Makes his way into the final corner. Hussein goes provisional pole with a 1:23.2. Brilliant lap. That puts him a 1.5 tenths in front of Sommers, who also actually put himself into this position, into second. As next across the line will be Veteran Muho, who is on 52.5 for his Sector 2. This goes a bit wider. He luckily does not get any track limits invalidations as into the final corner, turn 16. What will it be for the only Ferrari out there today? Muho goes second narrowly with a 1:23.325. Just short of Hussein's 1:23.293. As drivers, 4 of them, all on outlaps. James, Chazzy, Gemmo and File Minion. This was the top 5. 4 of these were in the top 5 to begin with. And now they've all dropped. So we'll see what happens is we watch James at the moment, the furthest of these 5 or 4 that were on the outlap out there. Makes his way through the S section and down into turn 5. It's a 2/10 improvement to his Sector 1, currently putting him provisionally 5th. Not enough to beat Jammo just yet, as File Minion begins his lap as he makes his way down into turn 1. He's got the Aston Martin of Looping Lace up ahead. And he'll probably get out of the way as soon as possible as James is charging at him rather quickly. So when does the Aston Martin get out of the way? Might even give a bit of a slipstream to the McLaren here, but no, he dives out of the way. And with the DRS, James is going to send into turn 9 with actually not improving anymore. He's lost time To be fair, he is completely out of ERS already. Might have used all of that for the first DRS section and the first sector, and all of it went to bed. So James, around the next corner, he might be going into the pits. He does go into the pits, as he nearly misses the whole pit lane, to be fair, due to a lock-up, as Looping Lace starts his lap. Final Minion currently improving by 2.5 temps, not putting him in front of James, but he will be definitely putting up a bit of a gap between him and Looping Lace as we make our way into turn 15, down into turn 16. What will it be for the Red Bull Final Minion? Where is he going to go? He crosses the line into 1:23.1, and with dramatic improvement puts himself on provisional pole. A brilliant lap time. So next will be Chazzy, who invalidates. Looping Lace making his way into the chicane, and you have Voxy making her way past turn 9, improving by 3 temps, currently putting her into 8th. Maybe she can find some time through here. As nearly hitting the wall there, giving Nicholas Latifi flashbacks as Voxy makes her way into the final corner. What will it be for the Williams? Crosses the line into 1:24.2. That puts her into 8th, like I said. And then you can see Jammer in the background. What will it be? Jammer goes 4th with a 1:23.445. Only narrow improvements for the Alpine as Resli Rally, who is going to start his lap. We'll see what will it be as Looping Lace goes into the pits, but Moldy, speaking of him, he's currently improving by 2 temps, sector 2, 6 temps of improvement. This is massive for the league owner. I will see what will it be for the Aston Martin. His teammate currently up in 9th. He was on a lap, but he does abort to the pit instead. File Minion is probably going to also make his way into the pits as he is up ahead, as some drivers now be waiting for their final stints. But Moldy, what will it be around the final corner? Moldy goes 6th with a 1:23.674, which is a 10th and 200ths ahead of the Williams. It's Resi Rally not improving. Any sort of improvement will put him in front of Osu and Looping Lace, but he does invalidate on the exit of turn 9. Voxy, I believe, is not on a proper lap, and then you've got Jamo, who will also be heading for the pit, and I think so will Resli Rally. Speaking of which, Looping Lace, and I believe, that is File Minion, or Osu, sorry, not File Minion, Osu, making his way out on circuit. Is Jamo on another lap? He's on another lap. He's currently improving by 24,000 feet. Jamo 1:8.78. Making his way down the DRS straight. What will it be for the Alpine? As he makes his way into the chicane here. There used to be one where turn 9 used to be, but due to track changes, obviously that got removed. So same with turns 5, 4 and 5. That used to be a chicane, but that's just got ditched for now, just a whole hairpin. As Jamo is not improving anymore. And his ERS is practically all gone. To be fair, you can't really use ERS much through here, through these sections of the circuit. As Jamo making his way into the final 2 corners. The Alpine is going for the pits. And everyone else is on outlaps. Not for Looping Lace, however. He's going to start his lap. Going to have a full onboard until he invalidates. If he does, obviously. Oh, yep. Okay. Well, now he's going to have to conserve tyre wear. He's going to have to conserve his ERS for a long time, as he will obviously have one more shot That's Osu making his way. He is narrowly improving, enough to get him past Looping Lace, who is just up the road. These drivers make their way out on circuit. The drivers on outlaps. I believe that's a Resolute Rally on an outlap. Up ahead. No, that's Kid, actually, sorry. As into chicane, Osu. Only Chazzy and Yamo up to stay in the pits, but I think Yamo will be staying there, it seems. However, Chazzy is out. The kind of James, he'll be next to start his lap. He's currently in an outlap. He's going to want it to be a one-lap attack, so that's why he's stopping basically at the exit of turn 15. He's going to probably let Resolute Rally past. And maybe even, I think that is Voxy. No, yeah, it would be Voxy. So now everyone will be having their one-lap attack as Osu will be the first one as around the final corner. Osu goes 9th with a 1:23.884. The Aston Martin of Looping Lace, who is obviously invalidated. He's going to try and start a push lap here. Hopefully he doesn't invalidate. As James UFC got to this and next up invalidation. So he is completely out for this. Next to cross the line, who will it be? It will be Kid. No, it'll be Resolute Rally, who's invalidated. So we're looking at Voxy here, ladies and gentlemen, who is 2 tenths up in Sector 2. Not enough to put her into 9th. However, she is still in 10th as Resolute Rally is wide and letting drivers pass, especially now that Sommers drives past. Voxy into turn 14 and then into the two final corners of turn 15 and 16. What will it be for the Williams? Voxy around the final corner. She puts it 10th. She stays where he is. She is as Sommers goes provisional pole with a 1:22.7. Final Minion is going to have a response to that. So will Looping Lace, actually makes his way into the final corner. He goes up into 6th. The V car behind Kid is up into 9th. Resolute Rally is demoted to last place as around the final corner goes a Red Bull. That Red Bull, is it Final Minion? Yes, he does. Yes, it is, but he does not improve. Hussein, he goes second with a 1:23.1. Moldy stays where he is. The McLaren behind of James, he is invalidated. Obviously, we remember this as a veteran. Grace is into the 1:22.9. However, it's not going to be provisional pole as the Williams of Chazzy made his way round. He does improve up into 8th, unless he stayed there. I'm not quite sure. I think he stayed there. As Osu goes 11th. So on pole is the man by the name of Sommers in the Kick Sauber, followed by Veteran, Hussein, File Minion, Jamo, Looping Lace, Moldy, Chazzy, Kid, James, Osu, Voxy, and Resolute Rally. This and previous lap invalidated. Okay. Sure. So we're going to go into this Grand Prix. There are no formation lap, as you know. There is no formation lap, as you know. So we'll see how this race is going to go. And he would go 1, 2. Oh wait, no, there is a There's a formation lap. Is this meant to happen? Body? Okay, the formation lap shouldn't be happening, I don't think. Resolute Rally is not in last. James is. He's taking his sweet, sweet time. I mean, he knows what he's doing. To be fair, there's a whole pack break. Is Looping Lace holding people up? As we make our way to the grid. What is this camera angle? This is why I don't like formation laps. It gives like the worst camera angle known to man. Osu can't park. Bella's driving test right now. What about James? Valtrich, James. See, I don't mind this camera. Oh, okay, it's back to normal. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Abu Dhabi, and it's go, go, go! For the first time here in Tier 6 after the winter break. It's a good getaway from Veteran. It's a horrible start for Sommers, who's actually dropped back quite a bit. He's even been overtaken by 4 minutes. We make our way into the S section. Is anything going to happen? The 2 Aston Martins have dropped quite a bit as well. Chazzy and Kid getting past. As we make our way into turn 5, James's strategy has not quite gone the best, as he's currently sitting in where he started. As we make our way down the straight towards the chicane. It's drivers pushing each other off the circuit here. Resolute Rally fighting with Foxy. Oh, jeez. Oh, shit. Oh, fucking hell. Kid's been murdered. He's gone down to last place. There's no damage on the V-Carb, but he's dropped down, and he's going to have to make his way back up. To make our way towards turn 9. As, oh no, Osu getting a bit slippery as he hits the back of Moldy. And he's going to be fighting with his sister team, Looping Lace. Oh my dear. What just happened? Looping Lace just spawns out of nowhere and loses Kid's end plate. Absolute chaos to kick things off here in the STB Racing League, as a Veteran leads the way for lap 1. I have no clue what's just happened. Through that Sector 3 beginning, because Jesus me, what happened? I mean, quite frankly, like, what on earth has happened? But we make our way towards the chicane. At the moment, everyone is okay. Surprisingly. Up ahead, we have Somers, who's had a quite woeful getaway. I mean, some might say Lando Norris vibes from Somers here in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. As Somers tries to make the move around the outside on Kuzayan, but he can't make it count. To make our way down towards turn 12 and into turn 13. This basically leading pack. Everyone is still pretty close together unless you're outside the top 10. Whereas the Rally's had a great start from last place. He's up into 7th. Maybe he's trying to do a last to first. Who knows? But Somers is at the moment quickest with a 1:27.098 after that lap. Looping Lace is into the pits. Make our way into turn 5. James keeping close. Into the chicane. Oh, bit of a snap there from James as Yamo's keeping close here to Somers. Make our way down towards turn 9. DRS open, but it's obviously not going to be doing any good as we are in the middle of a DRS train here. We are basically slap bang in the middle, to be fair. Kuzayan trying to keep close here to File Minion, and File Minion trying to keep close to Muho. We've seen these three fight multiple times across the season here in Tier 6, and I think we're going to see another round of this kind of action. For Gukuli Avaganda at the driver standings is very neck and neck at the top between Yamo, Muho and File Minion. 3 points separate the three drivers, and at the moment Muho will be the one in front. Unless all of them DNF, of course, then Yamo will stay ahead. But Kid's already been given a 3 second for track limit infringements, and so does Looping Lace. So 4 laps in. That's almost a warning a lap. Okay. Somers daring to make a move on Kuzayan, but he stays back. Looping Lace retires in the pits. Somers is going to pull to the outside. Can he finally get the move done? No, he backs out. Can he try and get the switch back? Is this contact up ahead between two championship contenders of File Minion and Muho? Obviously, the championship leader is currently down in 5th. He's missing out on this kind of action. As we are basically at the midpoint of the season, excluding this round, we still have 4 rounds to go in the STB Racing League season. And at the moment here in season 30, we've gone through multiple games in existence of this league. We make our way towards to the chicane. File Minion is going to reel himself much more closer to the Ferrari. As I don't know what's going on with Osu and Kid, but I'd rather not want to indulge in what can be possibly dirty driving. But Somers, can he try and make another attempt? No, he's too far back. As Muho's slowly starting to build a gap. As Somers trying to stick the move around the outside into turn 12. He dives to the inside trying to cause a switch back, however. He can't get the move done. So we make our way on lap 6 out of 29 here at the Yas Marina circuit as the sun slowly starts to... Okay, let's just see what's going on here. This kid's been, I think, murdered. But anyway, they're too far back now, I think. Something stupid happening. As Veteran has basically built a 1 second gap here on Farminian. Farminian is used, so is Muho. Lots of VRS is being used by these drivers. I mean, we've got Sommers. Sommers has plenty of VRS. So does Yamo. Everyone is currently apart by just a bit too much of a gap. To make our way down into turn 5, Yamo wanting to catch up here to Sommers. He's obviously... The two other championship contenders are first and second. Yamo wants to be there, obviously. Is that a second pit stop for Osu? No, it's the first. It still hasn't shown it yet. I'm pretty sure it's a second stop. Hang on. But no, it is his first stop. Goes for the mediums. So we look at position changes since the start of this Grand Prix. Clearly the best start has gone to Resolute Rally, who went basically from last to 7th. So, it's nice to be seeing him up there. Speaking of which, he's actually into the pits, as I think it's time for the medium runners to pit, it looks like. Farminian on the hards. I believe Resolute Rally will also be on the hards. Yes, he is. The Veteran now has basically no pressure from behind. Not a single bit of pressure. Currently 2 seconds. Speaking of which, Sommers actually gets past. Sommers is, I believe, currently, if I quickly have a gander, he is 4th in the championship. Quite far back from the 3 main front runners. Even though, I'm looking at this here, even though Jamo has not won a race, he's top of the championship. This has actually bewildered me. He's been in the top 5 every race except Singapore, where he finished 7th. And he's been put on the podium 5 out of the 7 races. This might be the first race in Singapore where he's out of the podium. But fair play, to be fair. I think we're waiting for that maiden win for Jamo, who, speaking of which, is currently going into the pits at the moment. Veteran in a mind of his own. Could possibly get his 3rd win of the season. However, Sommers has caught up by quite a bit. I mean, it's clear that the hards at this point will overpower the mediums. And I think we might see the Ferrari dive into the pits shortly. And File Minion might even get him on the undercut. As to be fair, he's caught up. Yeah, he's definitely caught up. It's going to be quite a gap between Muho and File Minion. So Resolute Rally find himself up in 6th. Actually in front of Yamo. Foxy in 4th. She's yet to pit. So is Hughes, the other top 3. But she's 10 seconds behind Hussein. Keep on pressing the wrong button. I think Yama could possibly catch up to Resolute Rally in the future because Resolute Rally is on older tyres by a lap or 2. As Muho is still staying out, interestingly. As File Minion slowly catches up to Voxy here. He actually says the fastest lap, so if I was Muho here, I think I'd start to get a bit scared. As you can also see, his tyres are getting a bit worn out. As we make our way into the chicane, the Ferrari is obviously falling further back to the ever getting closer kick salve of Sommers. As Kid retires in the pits, so that leaves 11 here in Abu Dhabi. We were meant to have 16. Over 3 people were cancelled. So we make our way into the final corner. Sommers could possibly get closer and closer to the point where he gets up into the lead. He's still yet to pit, however. File Minion is going to get the move on Voxy as Voxy dives for the pits. She'll be coming out in 10th. So you watch these two getting closer and closer. Sommers trying to get a move done here. As around the left-hander, Sommers is catching. The veteran could be pitting soon. Let's see. He's still staying out, which is quite peculiar. He might be getting a puncture soon. Yeah, I don't know what his percentages are. I can't really read it from the from this TV podcast. Can't really see percentages on the dashboard of the wheel. Our veteran knows. I mean, you can clearly see it through his tyres. They look shredded, but not in a good way. And here we go, Sommers with the DRS is going to get past the Ferrari. I'm not sure if he'll have DRS through this next section. No, he doesn't. Muha has an opportunity to buy it back, but he has just no ERS to accompany with his DRS. That's just that front right looks absolutely beaten. And Farmini has caught up quite a bit. He's now 9 seconds off Veteran. This is definitely a good time to pit for the Ferrari. Bit late, to be fair, if you ask me. And through goes File Minion into now the provisional lead until that's until Summers and Hussein pit. Yellow flags. That's Sommers. Oh God! He's gone deep into the chicane and he's lost an end play, and that is one man down. As Osu now retires in the pits. Now, if you retire now in the pits, you're stupid because you're getting points. So yeah. I mean, Yam and Rally having a fight here, side by side. Rally gets past. Hussein into the pits, which puts File Minion now properly into the lead. So does Sommers. Resolute Rally on the podium. When I first started watching him here in STB Racing League, I didn't expect him to say that. Because he has pit. He is on 6-lap old hearts, don't get me wrong, and Muho is charging like a speeding bus. I said that wrong. But who cares? You can see debris spewing up in the background between James and Chazzy. But this fight for second is getting tasty as we make our way into the chicane. Rally holding a defensive line. As Yamo might pounce, he's trying his luck, he's pushing, he's shoving. However, he's still behind. Rally with a better exit might survive and keep second. Make our way. It turns 15-16. This fight for second still continuously going on. And a new challenger has emerged. Veteran Muho. All of these guys, I mean, Veteran currently 10 seconds behind File Minion, but he's on, I think, a difference of 6-lap threshold, 5-lap threshold, 5 laps of age. So, to be fair, this is getting quite close. Muho to the outside. He's going to make his way round and he's going to get past one. Now he's going to wait to try and get past the other Resolute Rally. James is going to try and hold off because we have a bit of a pack going over here. So this is going to be definitely entertaining to watch as we see drivers follow each other to make our way into the chicane. Something's going to happen. James is going particularly slowly. As James gets a 3-second medal, we're trying to get the move around the outside. So Muho's past the Resolute Rally. We're 3 wide! Oh my goodness me. What is happening to Chazzy? Chazzy's getting some engine issues or something. Oh, Jesus me! That was a jump scare. James, he's been punted off the circuit by Chazzy as well. Something between these two is going on. As all this contact again, and even Voxy and Moldy will try to step past. Suzanne starts to run away. We still have 14 laps to go here in Abu Dhabi. Basically halfway through here. Bit past halfway now. As Chazzy has found a gate that has opened. They're side by side in the round down. However, Chazzy is ahead, but James is still fighting, still in there, trying to get position, trying to hold it more rather. They're still side by side. Who has the DRS? It is James, as Chazzy falls back without the DRS. Foxy, can she get past James into the chicane? They're side by side. The send is sending, but the sent message was not opened, and James is still ahead as he actually hits the barriers. And Vox is actually going to capitalise on this. As you can see in the background, Chazzy and Moldy side by side for 8th. It's neck and neck, but Chazzy keeps position. Moldy into turn 12, hopefully wanting to get past. As File Minions back into the pits. As Veteran retakes the lead that he once had. As Sommers, you can see slowly emerging in the background as Chazzy, oh no! He's rounded the exit of turn 1! I have no clue what happened, but I guess we'll never know. I mean, the drivers that were there would know. Must have been an incident between him and, I believe, James UFC. Or SUFC. It's clear that he supports Sheffield United. As there's an M plate tumbling down the straight. As Yamo gets past Resley Raleigh, and Raleigh suspiciously has M plate damage. Could have been an incident. As Sommers is now on a mission to climb what seems to be the mountain of Tier 6, which is larger than the Mount Everest. As we make our way down into the final corner, Sommers going to try and find a move here on the McLaren of James. Interesting strategy from the kick salvo of Sommers. Hards to mediums. As down the DRS straight, Sommers is going to now get past the McLaren of James. File Minion on his mission to make his way back up the grid. He's catching up here to Mr. Husain. So it looks like the early pit stops do work. Just depends when you pit. Because at the moment the gap between File Minion and Muho is, I want to say, 7 seconds. Watch me be right. Oh, 8 seconds, dang it. Whereas that is a 3 for corner cutting. As File Minion is up into 4th place. As Yamo's into pits for championship leader. He is going to come out in behind this whole little pack. So like I said, just like Solomon, he's going to have quite a mountain to climb. And if he does not get any moves done, this will be his worst finish so far this season. But this fight for second is shaping up. Resley Raleigh basically a sitting duck, weak at older tyres. And Hussein and Farminian will have probably less of a challenge, but we've seen recently with Yamo that Resdi Rally knows how to defend. Though Rally does have damage, so he might not want to risk any lines. With 3 wide, Resli Rally bounces into both of them as the two get past the V-carb. To be fair, he is currently guaranteed his first point of the season, I think. As it's a yellow flag in sector 3, it's Chazzy! He's parked it. I'm not sure what's happened, but another incident with Chazzy has happened. As Rally is into the pits. Well, we definitely won't be 10th. As Farminian goes a bit deep into turn 5, we might get the better exit here. As, yep, down the straight to the right, the Red Bull, with the help of DRS, sneaks past the Mercedes as Chazzy retires in the pits. Moldy's in the pits as well, I just realised. Farminian, with 10 laps to go, sets his sights on the Ferrari for one mission: race victory. And people pay for Netflix. Just watch STB instead. As into the pits. I have one more voice crack. As into the pits goes James. Resolute Rally's going to make his way up into 7th, and Moldy, I'm not sure if he'll be up into 8th. Find out. As Sommers has caught up to Voxy, as there's weaving from the Williams and into the chicane. Around the outside goes the Sauber side by side, but the Sauber does get ahead. But Voxy does not go down without a fight. She sneaks past the Sauber around the outside. As we make our way into the next couple of corners, Sommers is probably wanting to get the move done, but Voxy defending strongly, not wanting to give up the position. I mean, tyres-wise, Voxy might have to pit soon. Unless she would like to go all the way on these tyres, which is quite interesting. I mean, her tyres do seem fine at the moment. There are a bit of spots appearing, but that's all. You can see it on Sommers' front right. So we make our way down the DRS straight. Can Sommers get past Voxy? Sommers going to pull to the right and into the even before the chicane. Sommers will get past her, but we saw earlier that Voxy does not like to give up. So will she have the speed to get past Sommers? Nah, I don't think she will. I think Sommers. Is Sommers? Yes, Sommers is using ERS as James has found himself round at the exit of turn 5. Not sure what's happened. However, finds himself in 9th. As a veteran starts lap 23 out of 29. 7 laps to go here in Abu Dhabi. Finster's hi, I did see your message, don't worry. I just wanted to speak a little bit of a piece there just before I can say hi. As the Alpine of Yamo is going to try and get past Voxy. And he does. The championship leader also setting his sights on better positions. Sommers will also have to pit soon, so and Yamo is going to go to the end for sure. Well, how's it like in Tier 7? Because I'm not able to check, so. Yamo with the DRS. Can he get past the Sauber? No, he can't. Not just yet, but he's still going to be fighting here. Yamo, one of the most consistent drivers on the grid this tier. He's going to get past Sommers and into turn 9. Yamo is going to get ahead. Aha. Yeah. Voxy still staying close to Sommers, in all fairness. Even on the worn hards she has at the moment. I think James is just now driving just to get points. I mean 2 points minimum, so it's good. It's good for anything, to be fair. I mean, if I quickly have a look, this will be James's first points if he finishes this race, so it's best if he doesn't retire. Roxy, why is he retired? Why have you retired, James? Why? James, you had 5 laps to go. You could have got yourself points. Oh, dearie me. As Voxy is going to get the move on Sommers. I think now Voxy's odds are stronger, or better, sorry, than Sommers' mediums, to be fair. Oh, no, hello there. Voxy, through the tiniest of gaps, sneaks past Sommers, but Sommers is obviously going to keep fighting these two gladiators. I've been staying close together for quite some time now. Sommers stays ahead through this sector. So have a quick look at penalties. Okay. Noted. we make our way down the DRS straight. Voxy wanting to try and get past Sommers. And to the left, she's going to get past. And up into 5th. As it's now a nice night sky. I mean, it has been night for quite some time now. But I just now decided to want to pay attention to it. Quickly have a good look at the championship. Voxy has gotten points before. She was on the podium in Saudi Arabia. And got a point in Italy. And she's on 19. So we're on lap 27 out of 29. 3 laps to go. File Minion 2.6 behind Veteran. And to be fair, it could be over. 3-second penalty for Veteran has cost, for sure, the race victory here. And File Minion will be going to the top of the driver's standings. These two are still fighting. I don't know how they do it. Voxy looks to have a puncture soon. It's Resolute Rally. However, he does have a 6-second penalty. So he probably stays 7th. Unless he becomes, Yano Opman and just speeds away. As Raleigh is trying to make a move here into turn 1. As it's getting close to Voxy, Sommers slowly starting to pull a gap. Voxy needs to be careful with that front right. It's punctured out and that whole race is gone. Look at the speed! Voxy zooms past Sommers with such ease. Bit of a struggle there from Sommers. Riley's going to try and sneak past, but Sommers with the DRS. And yeah, with much more DRS, will get past. But, oh! Cheeky little sender here from Resolute Rally. Side by side as we make our way into turn 12. Nah, Sommers is still ahead. As we've started the final lap here, ladies and gentlemen. As we make our way, Sommers is spun again. What's that? What? But Voxy has a puncture. I said it. I said this was going to happen, didn't I? Resolute Rally's in P5. I have no clue what happened. It's going slowly. Purposefully, but... Veteran and File Minion, as they make their way into the final 2 corners. It won't be Veteran, it will be File Minion, because File Minion, for the first time since since Mexico, wins in Tier 6. Veteran comes home in second place. Hussein, for the second time in a row, gets onto the podium. Yamo, now no longer a championship leader, finishes fourth. And Resolute Rally, for the first time this season, gets points, because it's fifth place for the V-Carb, for the Tier 6 reserve. And these are some good collective points. Fifth place for Rally. Maldi making his way into the final two corners. He will also be finishing in sixth. Foxy with a puncture, dragging it home. And Sommers has a puncture as well! Oh no, he spun! I mean, they're going to have to drag it home. They need the points. Why are we building up a queue here? Yamo's gone past them. Is Riley going to get past them? Does. What the hell is going on between these three? Bit of a mother's meeting. You alright, guys? What's up? Oh, I finished second. Well done. Sommers is trying his hardest, at least, to drag this home. Oh, Maldi's joined. Alright, lads, how's it going? Oh. They're having a bit of a bash as well. What is going on? Veteran's just holding everyone up. It's not rocket science, File Minion, just drive past. I know it's his AI. By the way, I know it is his AI. Don't worry. He's driving in reverse over the line. File Minion wins in Abu Dhabi. A great victory that puts him at the top of the championship. 7 points clear of Veteran Muho. And then Mr. Consistent, Jamo. Rest of the rally, obviously, driver of the day went from 13th to 5th. Possible penalties could knock him down a bit further, but I think any penalty will probably not affect his position. But that's all we had time for. Sommers on pole, finishes last out of all the runners. But that is all that we have time for here in Abu Dhabi. Be careful, watch out for more STB racing action. Thank you and goodbye.